guys, welcome back to my channel, The Expanse, Season 5, Episode 9. Are we really on 9 right now? There's 2 episodes left. I'm obviously gonna watch them back to back because that would be kind of tragic if I didn't. But let's go over what happened last episode because shit is gonna go down in this one, I think. This one and the next one. We're talking about The Expanse here, so when we're talking about episode 9s and 10s, it's like talking about Game of Thrones episode 9s and 10s. You expect a certain amount of intensity and a certain amount of things to go down. Didn't realize that my audio was not connected, which is annoying. So yeah, anyway, sorry, the audio, I fixed it. But yeah, she was the MVP not only of the last episode, but I think she's been the MVP of the season. I know that a lot of people may not like that it's very based on her story this season. It is largely based on her story and Amos, and I would argue Drummer. And we're not really going into depth with Drummer, but I feel like her character as a whole, we've gotten more depth. We've just gotten more of Drummer and how her brain works and, you know, just her emotions. So I feel like those 3 characters we've gotten a lot from. Christian, obviously. Christian's always been a main focus in terms of her emotions and what her point of view is about things. But I think that Naomi is the one that is being focused on the most. And I think that her story is pretty interesting. If you don't enjoy it, if you're not enjoying that plot line, then I feel bad for you because it's dominating the whole season. And it is really important to understand the story because that is what this season is about. It's like A led to B, led to C, led to D. And it's like this crazy domino effect that happened off screen. It happened before the show even happened, but it's influencing so many things that are happening in the show now. And it's crazy that we don't know we know what went down with the August and Gamora and everything, but we haven't seen it depicted in the show, yet we still feel this intensity. We still feel this hatred for Marco for what happened to Naomi and what is happening now to Philip. And I think that's a testament to their great acting and just the great writing on the show. We get these little tidbits of their character through certain pieces of dialogue and the way that they talk to certain characters, and it makes them just so much more complex as characters, and I really appreciate that. And I also really appreciate how realistic it is. Like, I know that I shit on Philip for not just going to Naomi, but at the end of the day, I didn't expect that to happen. It's a win-lose situation because Marco is winning by keeping him manipulated and abused, but it's a lose situation for both Philip, who perceives it as a winning situation, and for Naomi, who is in the loser's seat right now. So Philip is clearly a victim of abuse. He's being manipulated. Naomi got out while she could. She told Philip the only way out is to leave. That's the only thing that you have power to do. And Philip, being a young kid, that being his father, he's not going to take that advice. He's scared. He doesn't have any outlets for support. Now Sin is dead. He doesn't have anybody. He's really cut off. He's really isolated. So really his only hope is just to get kidnapped at this point by Naomi. And maybe that's his only hope. But yeah, I'm excited to get back into this episode. The last episode ended with such a cool... I want to read the books because I want to know if it was that intense in the books. Like, she cut out the message, her transmission message, that she did not record. It was an automated one that they made for her. And she cut it to say, this is Naomi Nagata. Tell James Holden I am in control. And I just thought that was so cool, so genius. I was not expecting her to be able to do that. But I was even saying during the episode, I was like, she's an engineer. She should be able to do things like that. So that's pretty fucking awesome. Still a very grim situation because, yes, she got that message out, and yes, maybe the people back on the Pella, I'm not sure the name of Marco's ship, the people there are going to know maybe that she's alive or somebody is changing the message. Somebody is there. But the thing is, they can't get a ship near there without it exploding. But clearly Naomi was able to get onto that ship. So if an individual human maybe floated like she did, maybe that would be possible for somebody to go rescue her. But I don't know how close they actually can get. Because Naomi, let's remember, Naomi almost died getting to that ship. she wasn't wearing a spacesuit. But if they're able to do something like they did with I forget the name, the Belter, the Belter storyline last season with the rope and the reeling it in, if they're able to do something like that, then I don't see how that could be bad. The only bad thing would be Marco now maybe is going to be notified that Naomi is alive and he's going to get a head start on that. So it's a very stressful situation. So I'm very much looking forward to this episode and the next one. So I'm going to shut up and get right into it. Without further ado, let's get into episode 9.
Do this.
Naomi Nagata has the right. Oh, James Holden, I'm in control. This is Naomi Nagata has the right. Tell James Holden I'm in.
Ha! That's crazy. That's so awesome.
We're a lot closer than the Rossi. We'll get there first.
If it is intentional, why be so cryptic? Why not just come out and say what's going on?
All we can do is get there as fast as we can. I'll see if we can increase our burn.
Yeah, I feel like that's too statistically impossible for it to have a sentence, a literal sentence. Not even statistically impossible, like technically impossible. I mean, what are the chances that something goes in and out and it forms a coherent sentence? Bull needs to get his shit together, because Holden is right. He needs to go get his girl. If Naomi dies after all of this, I'm going to be so pissed off. Because she is hanging in there, man. She is strong. Oh. There's probably like no oxygen. If she dies, it's going to be a slow death, man. It's going to be a slow death.
You really know how to fly one of these?
I do.
Aw, yeah. The Mao is a family of pilots. If only Julie were here.
Don't shoot. Don't shoot. Anything that's worth money's in the house. Just
Who the
take
hell
what
is
you want.
that?
Thanks. We're the Winter staff.
Why are you guys hiding in here?
We saw your helicopter landing.
My name's Clarissa. My family had a house on the other side of the island.
Clarissa Mao? Your family came to Thanksgiving one year. You and your sister spent the entire time fighting.
And my mom made us.
Who gives a fuck? Business first.
Yeah,
Tearful
thank you.
reunions later.
Well, if they help them out, maybe they can get off the planet too. Who the hell wants to stay there after all this shit happened? I'd be so scared if I lived on Earth. Like, an impending threat could happen at any second. That is so nice, though.
Batteries won't get us into orbit.
I tell you, man, if the apocalypse ever happens, that is the first place I'm going. I'm going to mansions. Like in Zombieland, when they went to Bill Murray's mansion. That's what I would fucking do. Oh, wow. She does not approve. She did not approve of that.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah.
You went behind my back.
The Secretary General asked me for my professional opinion.
If the Belters on Tycho threw in with Inaros, I call that a legitimate target too.
Inaros is an extremist. As much of a danger to his own people as he is to us.
He didn't throw rocks at Belters.
And we cannot let him frame this. If we continue to attack civilian targets.
The way Inaros did to us.
Is he our role model now? The Belters are not one nation. We can ally with certain factions, enlist them in common cause.
That kind of
Yes.
diplomacy takes time which we can't afford to waste.
You think I don't go to sleep every night dreaming about putting Marco Inaros on the hooks? Because he murdered my husband. My Arjun is dead. And I'd sacrifice everything to bring him back. For every partisan we killed, we made 10 more.
I think we should hit Ceres Station. It's the biggest port in the belt.
It's a bold move.
There are millions of people in Ceres. Hundreds of thousands of children. I will not be a part of this.
Are you stepping down?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Fine. I accept your resignation.
Wow.
You'll have to accept mine as well, sir.
Wow.
Pain.
And mine.
We're supposed to be better than this.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I could cry right now. I was tearing up. Christian, you are the ultimate queen forever and always. Always the voice of reason. Always right. Maybe not always right, but you are right in this situation, my girl. Because she's right. She understands the Belter interactions and how he's not even for the Belters. Like, he doesn't even care about his own people. So what are we going to fight fire with fire? Let's retreat and come up with a tactical solution here that doesn't kill millions of innocents.
Are you with relief services?
No. We're not here to evacuate you or give you anything, so fuck off.
You have to help us, please.
It's a small ship.
I feel uncomfortable, but it's a short ride. No one else is gonna help them. You want my help fixing that ship? We don't leave anyone behind who wants to come.
Fine. Stay here if you want, princess.
She has this mindset from prison.
Hangar by the time the ship is ready. Understand?
Yeah, Amos has a soft spot for her.
Follow me.
Shut up.
Let's go inside.
And she wants to do better after being in prison. It feels like she has a second chance probably, and she wants to do good.
You will intercept and engage the Rocinante. Destroying it is your first and only priority. Good hunting.
She's not gonna do that shit. Come on, Kamina. I don't think she's gonna do something.
Why pick the fight? So that the Free Navy can be seen killing, a symbol of assimilation and compromise.
If it needs to be done, we will do it.
Ready the DeWalt. I need a tight beam to the serial man. Then Nikoto.
Oui, boss man.
Give me your gun. Why? You know why.
I'm nervous for Drummer. Oh. Oh. Oh, I'm gonna cry. Oh, I'm trying really hard not to. If life transcends death, then I will search for you there. That's fucking beautiful.
Madam Avasarala, if you were nominated to lead us again, would you serve?
Holy fuck.
They picked you.
Mostly for the name recognition, I think.
The once and future queen.
Wow. I can't believe that. That's so awesome.
Someone's going to kill Marco Naros. And I'd really like for it to be me.
A Belter, a Martian, and an Earther go to a bar. The Martian says, give me a shot of your finest Earth tequila. Drinking like my enemy helps me think like my enemy. You never finished it.
Because it's right there.
The Earther says, give me a shot of the finest Belter liquor you have. The bartender says, because it helps you think like your enemy. And the Earther says, no, because I'm trying to drink less. The best the Belt has to offer is terrible.
Oh. See, y'all said it had a different ending. Made me think that I was stupid for not realizing the joke. It's a completely different joke. I actually kind of like y'all's joke a little bit better, though. It was like the Earther drinks tequila because he wants to drink like his enemies. Like the Earther drinks the Earth tequila because he wants to drink like his enemy. I like that better because that's actually true. I mean, that could be true for any of the people, though. The Belt, Martians, Earth.
I was just telling your friends here that we hope to have communication with the mainland back up and running shortly.
They want all our food.
My team's already set up a temporary base of operations in one of the houses. We feel it's the best location to secure vital supplies. I understand you came here in a helicopter. My people will need access to that as well.
I've got a better idea. Why don't you blow me, rent boy?
Well, if you think I'm being unreasonable, you can complain to the authorities. Oh, right, there are no authorities now. So why don't you shut the fuck up and do what I told you to do?
I don't think I will.
No siree. You got Peaches with her crazy power, and you got Amos.
Stop it!
Get out of the way.
We don't have to do this. Please, just put down your guns.
No, it's survival. It's survival. They were gonna shoot first. They drew first blood, and now Amos Amos is a changed person after that conversation about fear.
Just walk the fuck away.
He doesn't want to be that monster that he thinks Peaches thinks he is because of that conversation. At least that's what I'm perceiving this as. You know, after they killed that one guy, I think they both had a change of heart.
Amos says that humans are tribal. That when things get bad, the tribe shrinks.
That's how it works.
But he's also wrong. On the road, he said we were a tribe of two. But if we hadn't teamed up with you guys, we'd be dead now. We were stronger because our tribe grew. If we decided to include everyone in our tribe without demanding that they prove we need them, maybe people wouldn't have thrown rocks at us in the first place.
Where did Timmy find you?
Serving a life sentence for multiple homicides.
Damn.
I'll secure everything down here. You guys do pre-launch. Let's get the fuck out of here.
We're leaving in
Wow.
15. Anyone who's not on the ship is getting left behind.
Let's go. That was a cool conversation him and Peaches had. Eric and Peaches. Two different mindsets, you know? It's like Eric represents Amos, his old self, Amos's old self, and then Peaches represents kind of like this new mindset that he's adapting or trying to.
No clear line! Sniper! Over there! Return fire!
Get inside, you fucking idiot! Oh man, watching this with headphones is a different experience, yo. Did she die? Okay, I thought she died. Not that that's good or bad, but I liked her. I can't believe I haven't been watching with headphones this entire time. It's a totally different auditory experience. I feel bullets are like flying behind me. Oh my god. Oh my god. They won on that ship. They went back and they got more people. Amos was right. What? What? Did he get shot? Critically? Fatally? This is crazy. They should have just shot those motherfuckers. I take back everything I said.
I'm gonna be a lot nicer to her from now on.
Oh, that was Peaches. Oh my god.
Get inside. Finish pre-flight.
Wow. MVP, Peaches. I love the sounds that the guns make. Come on. No, she's gonna get shot. Ah. No, oh my god.
Punch it!
Holy shit. And they don't have juice. That was the most intense thing that I have seen on this fucking show. Maybe not on this show, but definitely in recent episodes. That was nuts. And now they gotta fix her bullet hole because now they're in space, so it's gonna clog, right? Or clot, whatever they call it. She can internally bleed out if they don't suction it out. Right? It's so conflicting because that's all he's ever known, right? Like that's where he had his life and all the people that he cared about, but also it was where he dealt with extreme trauma and abuse.
I brought Naomi here because I taught, and now she's gone. And all because of me.
She's alive.
She somehow managed to make a hard vacuum transit to the Chetzemoka before it got underway. She didn't walk into that airlock out of sadness or despair.
Yes, she did.
Remorse. She was trying to escape.
He's trying to frame it as like a bad thing. As if she spited them, as if she didn't want to be with them or something, as if she abandoned him again. That's how he's going to frame it to this poor kid, this poor manipulated kid. And Philip is going to take that bait. What? Oh, she just has the radar. Got it. That's so heartbreaking. Like, really, truly, I'm trying to put myself in her shoes, and knowing that you're probably going to die and also kill everybody that you love in the process, that's heartbreaking. And you can't do anything about it. Just feeling so helpless in that situation. She is crushing this role. Because I feel for her. What is she doing? I'm confused. Am I supposed to know what she's doing? I'm confused, but I'm excited. I'm excited for what she is potentially about to do. I don't even know where to start with that. I think I want to start with Naomi. I'll start by talking about Naomi because I feel that she is the main reason, you know, she's the main focus of this episode, let's say. And Amos, I would say. I'll talk about Amos second, but basically, Naomi is extremely, extremely smart. I don't know what she's doing at the end, but with what she was doing, at least with the transmission, I thought that was genius. But also the tick marks that she is making, I believe, are tick marks. I thought it was days because I thought that's how many days she was there, but I think she marks it every time that she goes into that little section. She marks a little thing. So just to know how many times she's gone in there and probably used up oxygen. I don't know how you would calculate that or turn that into a something that you could measure, because you can't really measure how much you're breathing. Yes, you can measure the amount of space that the oxygen is inside of, but I don't know how that would work mathematically, but I guess she is smart enough to figure that out by marking how many days or how many times she has gone in and out of that little space there to do work. So really genius on her part. I really, really hope that she doesn't die going into the next episode. I don't know. I really don't know what's going to go down, because we have Alex and Bobby who are on the Razorback, right? Then we got the Rocinante, but they are vastly outnumbered by these Belter ships. Now, I don't know how... We've seen the Belter ships in warfare, but I don't know how they would hold up on one-on-one combat. I don't know. I really don't know. Because they're like not... The Belters aren't really known for their extensive military skills. They're not really known for being able to fight in a war. Not that there has been a war of this scale thus far in the show, but as much as Marco wants to call it the Free Navy, yeah, you're free, but calling it a navy, I think is a little extreme, because a navy would mean that you have this like dominant military presence, right? You're this big military power, but I don't think that the Belters really have that. Yeah, the Belters bombed Earth, right? Yeah, Marco, I should say. Yeah, he constructed that plan, but it was with the help of Martian stealth tech. It wouldn't have been possible without somebody else, so they didn't do it on their own. They needed the power, the military power of Mars. So I don't know how the Belters would fare up in an actual war with Earth and Mars, or Earth, I should say, primarily right now. I don't know how they would fare. I don't think that they would fare too well. So I think that they're really trying to destroy the Rocinante first and foremost, because that is almost like this symbol, this beacon. And James Holden is a very famous person. So if James Holden dies, that's going to be national fucking news. That's going to be not even national. That's going to be worldwide news, I should say. System-wide. I say worldwide, but we're talking about the entire system, solar system, knowing James Holden. So that would be a really huge death. I really hope that doesn't happen. I was saying this episode, I don't know what they're going to do about Alex because I know that he was not casted for season 6. So I don't know if they're going to kill him off, if they're going to make him maybe go reconcile with his wife and kid and have him just go off there. I don't know how they're going to handle that, but I'm kind of anticipating that something is going to happen, which I don't know if that like spoils anything for me, knowing that they might have to off him, but maybe they don't off him until season 6. Maybe that he's just in this season because it was filmed before everything happened, and maybe they just explain it in the beginning of season 6 where they're like, oh yeah, Alex isn't coming back. So I don't know. That's a question that I also have. Everything with Drummer, maybe Drummer could plan something like a coup from the inside and somehow stop Marco. It's easier said than done because I don't know what I would do in that position and how I would actually try to end it and stop it. Now that I know that Naomi is alive in Drummer's position, maybe ignorance is bliss, because I would have been better off knowing that she was, or thinking that she was dead, so that I wouldn't have to do anything and potentially kill myself in the process. So now she has this piece of information that she can't do anything about. So I don't know how valuable that is. And I say she can't do anything about it, but we know Drummer, we know that she is very capable. She does not have to prove that she is capable, but I just don't know how. I don't know how she would go about that. So going to be very interesting to see how much they need to wrap up in this last episode. I mean, crazy. The craziest part of this episode, though, I think, was Amos's storyline. That one shot of the entire battle, whatever you want to call it, that going down, crazy good. They've had a lot of cool, like, cinematic elements in the last couple of seasons. Even last season, we got that one shot with Bobby, and that was really well done. That was just, you don't realize how much effort and choreography goes into doing one shots, and how, the crew, because there's like an entire crew behind a camera, right? The crew needs to move, and the actors need to move, and they need to be at point A at this time, and then 2 seconds later they need to be here, and then the camera pans here. So much goes into that craft that I have to respect that, because that was a pretty long one take. I didn't say it in the episode because I was just so into what was going on, but that was a one shot, I'm pretty sure. I have to go back and really watch it, but it looked like it was all done in one take from eye level, which is pretty miraculous. That was intense. The theme with Amos's storyline seems to be that his arc, he is changing, or at least trying to change. He had his moment of clarity when he was talking to Peaches about fear, and about how if you don't have fear, right, you're a monster. Or that was a synopsis of what was said. And then Amos almost had this moment where he had a little bit of a self-reflection, like, am I a monster? Does she think that I'm a monster? Do I think I'm a monster? Am I a monster for not having fear, for being in survival mode my entire life? And does that make me a bad person? So I think that he was really thinking that going into this episode, and that's largely the reason why he spared those people that came and were trying to take their food and take their helicopter. I know that's why he spared them, because he looked at Peaches, and Peaches was the one that was advocating for them, and he really had a change of mind where he was like, maybe I don't have to kill people if I deem it not necessary. Like, they're not immediately threatening my survival, so I don't have to kill them. But as soon as they drew first blood, when that one shot took place towards the end of the episode, as soon as they came and started sniping them and shooting at them, that is when you go into survival mode. But then you have the question of, when is it too late to go into survival mode? They lost so many people by sparing those snipers that ended up coming back. So then there's that question of, do you just kill these people because you know that they could potentially do something bad later on, or do you give them the benefit of the doubt? Amos used to have this mindset of not giving anybody the benefit of the doubt. He senses people, he reads people, he knows people, because he is that guy. He is that person. So he knows how people work and how people don't care about anybody but themselves. So he was very much in that mindset until this episode, where he had a change of heart, and it bit him in the ass, and he saw what ended up happening because of that. But you gotta weigh your options here. And I think that's a really interesting conversation. I could talk about it for a while. My camera's gonna die, but I think Amos, you could do a whole like discussion just dissecting Amos's character and his actions this episode. I really enjoyed also Peaches and Eric's conversation, because Eric still has that mindset. He was still in Baltimore. He still has that survival mindset, reasonably so. He was with Amos, you know, most of his life. And Peaches, he thinks of this, you know, girl as this stuck-up, rich, snobby, I guess he didn't know what happened to her, because he basically was like, you know, I don't know if you gotten the hint, but you kind of need to survive out here. It was a really rough call. Like, we can't just keep giving people the benefit of the doubt. You know, what makes you so qualified in deciding whether or not people live or die? And she was like, yeah, no, I was serving a life sentence for murdering people. That's where she met Amos, she was explaining. And he was like, oh, okay. I kind of wish that conversation continued and they continued to talk, because I was invested in that. That was pretty cool. I like that budding friendship. Now they're off. I don't know what they're going to do. Maybe they'll be able to somehow assist in the whole Naomi Rocinante storyline. I don't know. It seems like we're slowly getting the fam back together. Maybe in episode 10 we'll have some reunions. I really hope that happens, because we need some shit to happen. We need some people to start talking, because Naomi's in danger, or Holden's in danger if he goes there and saves them. Everybody's in fucking danger. The only person I have not talked about yet that is not in danger, but she's another MVP of this episode, is Christian. I mean, you have to understand how far she has come since season 1 to right now. My girl, she started off the show, I'm pretty sure it was episode 1. She was torturing a belter to get information from him, okay? She condoned multiple attacks on, they talked about it a couple episodes ago. What was the name? It started with a D. Anyway, she condoned that. She was for that decision by Aaron Wright. She has done so many bad things that she is now going back and speaking against. She has kind of come full circle, if you really think about it. And it wasn't just because Arjun died. She's been having this mindset for a while now. She's really changed, and I think that it largely has to do with maybe being a first-hand witness to some of these things that are happening. You know, after Arrows, it was crazy. But just the whole situation with Jewel Pierre Mao that happened with Bobby, and just really, it was almost like she was a journalist, and she was down there on the front lines, like really interviewing these people and getting to know each side of the story. And at the end of the day, yes, she is for Earth, but now she is more informed. And it sucks that once she became more informed and more enlightened, she became less powerful politically. So nobody listened to her. So ended up biting them in the ass, because we know what happened. Nobody listened to her. I don't know how it would have changed if they did. But now she is in a position of power, or, you know, was. And she does not condone attacking Ceres. And so many people are resigning. So many people are stepping down because of that decision. So now she is in power again. She's back in her original position. So the queen stays queen. The queen stays queen. And at the end of the day, the righteous people, the people who are like her in that they think now before they act, and they think of all the implications, and they are the most knowledgeable, because she is the most informed, I believe. Now she will be able to make the right decisions. So she knows that Marco isn't even in it for the Belters. She knows that they don't have a huge military presence. She knows that she could isolate him and just nip it in the bud before it gets worse. There's no need to attack innocent civilians just to fight fire with fire. So I've been talking for a while, though. I'm going to shut up and get into the finale. I'm so hyped for this. So yeah, as always, thank you guys for watching. Check out my other reactions if you have not already, and I will see you guys for episode 10. All right, bye guys.